My sweet, sweet sugar plums, how are you today? Come and have a look over here, friends. Did you see this? We are now seeing Bitcoin $100,000 calls in the next 3 months. Want to know something interesting? That was right before the crash, right? Not even a real crash. It's just a 10% drop. But you can see, friends, when you just go up into the sky and you just go sideways, everyone's like, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Then you're about to crash. Euphoria. It's not anything more than just, it's a pendulum. You've just run out of buyers. That's why it's super important to track these. That's why, luckily for you, you got a friend like me. I can't figure it out. Maybe he's a squirrel with nuts. I'm here telling you this is exactly the stuff that's appearing, and we're going to have to be ready when it comes to our bags. So please have a look at this, friends. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Just this gentleman, right? So Adam saying, I am predicting a $100,000 price for Bitcoin by the end of Feb. This is with or without the Bitcoin spot approval from the corrupt SEC. Here is why I think it's likely and something you may not be considering. Top signal, okay? Why? It's because you feel so confident to write a 10-page thread about why this thing is going up. All right. See? Now, here's a difference. There are bear copers with hunched backs and brown crumpled slippers. They will say to me, oh, but sometimes you give information and say something's cheap and going up too. And there's a difference. When I do it, everyone around me is crying, coping, whinging, angry, calling it a Ponzi scam. That's a completely different spectrum now we're looking at, okay? The spectrum you just saw is, okay, guys, now that we've just had an insane drug hit and we've been up for 36 hours, no sleep, let me tell you why it's a good idea to go triple dunk the next dosage and we're going to be fine. That's exactly the same thing. I'm just here to translate it to you when it comes to markets and speculation, okay? Because it really is the same thing, friends. What are emotions? Okay, different drugs going through your body, okay? You got the fear drug, you got the happy drug. You understand? We're just pinging up and down. So when you see these, you got to think about it differently, friends. You see this when, like, I'm just telling you right now. Let's say PulseChain and Hex. Let's say they're up 50x from now. No, just throw out them 50x. One day in the future, they're up 50x. Now, and then it ticks up to 60x. And then it sits there. And someone makes a thread. Okay. Why I think we are now going to complete the 10,000x run better than Hex from the last bull market. Here are all these factors why. You know what I mean? And now just someone's writing all these things. I'm telling you, friends, I can smell it. And I can smell it. They might even do it with ChainLink as well. ChainLink's up at like $88 and someone's like, okay, this is why we're going to $1,000. Legit. These are why the reasons. Okay, I'm just sitting here. I'm thinking, where were you at the bottom? You weren't around. Who are you? I don't even recognize you. Okay, you're only coming here because of the green candles. Okay, I understand the game. I'm telling you, like, I'm not saying you don't belong here. Welcome, welcome. I've asked you to please kindly take a seat over there. Keep your back straight. Just telling you right now, these elbows, they've been sharpened for a long time. I'm in the bear market, everybody's crying. When Davey Hoffman was crying, saying there's no hope in the industry, buy. Not now that we've gone up and we look like we're going along the way. No. So for this is why, friends, contrarian's the only way to go. Contrarian, see, it sounds like, oh, you always got to go against the grain. No, no, no. You just got to understand it's a pendulum, okay? There's weak hands and there's strong hands. What side are they playing on? That's what we're looking at. Now, I want to show you something here. This is the PulseChain chart, right? Pulse is about 50% below day one sack. Okay, PulseX also ravaged minus 87% below day one sack. Okay, these are weekly candles, friends. I know it looks even. That's why a lot of people are getting full cope mode. They're looking on these like 8-hour charts, just seeing these things go down forever. I mean, weekly doesn't look too much ever. You know what we need, friends? You got to remember, we're still going to make it, okay? Still going to make it. Cheap prices are cheap. I don't know what else to tell you. Just this is just life, friends. This is the game. What you think? Friends, honestly, do you think it was easy for Warren Buffett in the late 90s for that whole decade to hold Gillette? I don't even know if he held that, but just like random capital industry and like a chair making company. Like your company makes chairs. that aren't even squeaky, you're holding that. Literally, the internet tech boom happens. He misses Amazon. He misses Tim Apple's creation, Apple. He misses everything. He misses Intel. Okay? He misses all of it. And they say, why aren't you long? He's like, I didn't get it. I just don't get it. Now, they ask him literally every 3 months, and the whole decade goes, he misses the greatest up-only internet technology stock boom run. Doesn't get it. 10 years later, after that, 2010, why aren't you long social media? Yeah, I didn't get it. You know how hard it was for him to do that, friends? Now, obviously, he ends up killing it at the end because he understands what he was doing. No leverage. He was super turbo, super giga long in what he believed in, okay? Now, I'm just telling you there's a scale here. So, yeah, it's great that other things move when they're being held by people who are convicted in them, but most of the time they aren't. So this is just something you can look at with these fundamentals and go, well, this is just it, man. So I'm going to keep DCA buying. That's all I'm going to keep doing because I like it. I'll tell you right now, yes. I want the coins to go up to the ones that aren't moving, okay? But I'm telling you right now, for example, ChainLink went up 3x. I would love to get more ChainLink. The problem is I'm not buying it after 3x move. That's it. It's just, you're up 3x, man. You gave me 2 years to buy. Yeah, and how much would you buy, friends? Like, you couldn't even be super convicted. Let's say somebody had a 100K portfolio they want to add. Like, if you had 10 grand coming in, let's say from work, you save up for 6 months or whatever, like, I would not feel any good going like, oh, I got to buy ChainLink up 3x. I get literally 70% less coins than what I was getting a few months ago at those lows for 2 years. Nah, that sucks, man. You know, like you might be able to, let's say you used to be able to buy 1,000 link. Now you only get 300. That sucks. I'd rather go punt something else. But that's me. That's because I see them as expansive. All right? Expansive. Other people seeing them as, no, now you're finally getting cheaper. Okay, that's the game. That's why I'm training you to be better in this game. Here is the GoPulse.com website as well. I mean, look at this, friends. Look at this. Can you see it down here? GoPulse. Once again, we tick up. You see this? 2.91%. The buying happens. We are buying all that PulseX off the supermarket shelf, off the DEX, the real DeFi. PulseX is real DeFi. You're literally the buy and burn. Beautiful. Buy it off and delete it. Now, it is, yes, it doesn't include the origin address ones, but I'm taking the bet that the origin address won't dump it all to zero. That's what I'm doing. Okay, you can take a bet that they will. Good luck to you. Okay, so isn't that great? It's working in the background. I've got to tell you, friends, PulseX is like the greatest coin. I'm telling you now because you don't need any utility in it. The thing is buying. It's as close to a company as you could get. The company is the casino, and the profits from the customers are being used to buy back the shares. It's like a little greenhouse effect with the greenhouse effect bubble with the coin. That's it. I don't know what else to say. I know what you're thinking. What I'm thinking is like, man, why is it down 87%? This is how it is, friends. It's DEXs. The market doesn't understand it. Look, friends, you're dealing with degenerates. You're dealing with people. You saw them. You saw their backs. Their banks are so hunched. They have to go get that back spinal surgery. They've got to get fused. That's how in dire straits they are. They don't understand what's going on. I'm not even making this up. PulseX is like the greatest utility coin in crypto. It's what you want. It is what people want. Okay? We've given the people what they want. Now, red candles. Okay? I'll just explain it to you. Okay? PulseX is like Binance Casino, except in the code, we are buying the share of the network and then throwing it away. We're increasing everybody who holds the coins network percentage of the share over time. That's what's happening. It's beautiful. Okay, so that's why I think the PulseX to Hex ratio will keep going up over time, and the Pulse to Hex ratio will keep going up over time. And that's why someone who made this ecosystem, maybe he's a duck, lives in a pond, maybe his name Richard Hart, he knew this. He's like, well, if PulseX is liquidity bonded to everything and PulseX has a buy and burn, then this casino, this little greenhouse effect casino, what it's doing is it's constantly buying up PulseX, which is dragging everything up. Of course, we are only at what? We are only day 213. Yes, wouldn't it be amazing to see what day 2013 looks like? That's why if you have Matty Allen's Time Pays Me, bookmarked and you go to the website and you want to lock anything, I'm not telling you to lock anything, okay? Maddie locked 1% of his coins for 55 years, okay? I'm not telling you to lock anything, okay? You do your own research, etc. You understand, right? I'm just a guy on the internet. But if there was a coin you could use Time Pays Me to lock for you, it would be PulseX, okay? Because the protocol is automatically buying and burning. So you just holding the coin, doing nothing, you're getting a bigger percentage of the network. Okay, it's buying and burning it for you. So if you wanted to, don't do this, friends. I'm just telling you, if you wanted to, let's say you say, hey man, I'm taking a punt. That's it. Let's say you have 100 million PulseX. You're like, well, I'm taking 10 million and I'm just going to stagger it out. Right, Time Pays Me, it's going to give me out 1 million every year for 10 years. Maybe just do that. You just stagger it out and just see what happens. You would be okay doing that because there's no inflation to the system, okay? You can't do it with Hex. You have to stake Hex natively. And then you can't do it with Pulse because Pulse is also inflating. That's why, friends, I wish I was a technical dude. I can use a keyboard, right? My hands were made for keyboards and mouses and computers and other things. Family-friendly show. Make sure you like, subscribe, okay? But these hands, unfortunately, see this pocket? It doesn't exist. You see this shirt? No checkers. Okay, so I don't have a checkered shirt with pockets with a pocket at the front to put a pen in. So if I did, I would be making a staked pulse chain. Just copy paste Lido DAO or Rocket Pool and set that up. And of course, it's more technical than that, friends. But then people could hold, instead of pulse, they could hold the staked pulse and they just earn yield in the background. Wouldn't it be beautiful to do that? Because the yield's pretty good. That's what people do with Ethereum. They hold the staked Ethereum and they're earning their income. They get to dump the yield basically every single month, every few months. So yes, wouldn't it be great if your bag from here in, I know, a long time, in 6 years, your bag is 100x higher. And yeah, the yield's only going to be like 4 or 5%, but that's okay because your bag's 100x higher. For example, let's say you had 10 grand worth of Pulse and in 6 years, it's 100x higher. Now you've got $1 million and all you got to do is hold that stake Pulse. You don't have to run a network or validate or anything else. And you're earning like 50K a year. That's 5% yield. And you can just dump the yield every month. That's on Pulse and you're not even a validator, okay? Now people already run the validators themselves, but these are the types of opportunities they get to open up as the community expands. And just, you don't need to be the pioneer, all right? You get to see what works. There's a lot of money in being the pioneer if you get it right. Unfortunately, there's a lot of dead bodies. That's why you can see with Richard Hart's ecosystem, he doesn't really pioneer much. What he does is he's got a very good talent of seeing what works, grabbing it and tweaking it, okay? Henry Ford did that. There's many other people in history that do that, friends, because it's super hard. Because not only do you need to have a good product, you got to have good timing. There are people famously in history, they've made amazing products. It's just that it was 10 years too early. You know, for example, pets.com. Pets.com just sold like pet food on the internet in like 1999. Its valuation got too high, had like 1,000 PE, went to zero. There is pets.com today. Very profitable, very popular, makes a lot of money. What happened? It's just we didn't have phones yet. People weren't just used to the internet yet. So that idea was like 10 years too early. So we might be looking at crypto stuff today that's like 10 years too early, 5 years too early, okay? So these are the advantages you get when you get to buy that. So like, you can buy whatever you want. These are still in strong core altcoin in part. I'm telling you right now, as the bull market heats up, if the Richard Hart ecosystem, friends, just telling you right now, if we go back to say Pulse, for example, remember, you just use this as a proxy for everything else. If Pulse is now at like 2x day one stack, yeah, there's other people are going to be loving it to buy, but I'm not really going to be like, oh, let me throw everything into this. I'm not going to be feeling it anymore because we know you've had a long time to buy it, okay, and accumulate these. I've already told you, look at the example I gave you with ChainLink. With ChainLink, like, I don't want to buy it at 15 and 20 bucks, man. Like, you gave it to me at 5 or 6, okay? Tell you something else, though. If you are lucky enough, friends, if you participate in any launchpad, ICO price, let's say you get bottom floor of anything and you make any profits. Let's say you make a 10x somewhere here and there. All right, let's say you get lucky with a meme coin, launch pads, any ICO participation, anything you do out there, it is still wise. Rotate your profits into one of your strong core coins, no matter the price. Okay, and obviously until we get that final euphoria part, that's what you want to be doing. But for fresh money coming in, I know what you want to do. You want to do exactly what I want to do. What I want to do. You want to find something cheap. But look, we're at right now. We're literally here right now. Just it's not moving yet. Okay, so think about these moving forward, because at the end of the day, once the cheap prices are gone, that's it. Okay, it's literally that's it. Just give you an example. Like if you're looking at the hex chart, okay, you see these cheap prices, friends. See this and this. All right, I'm gonna show you right now here. So this is hex, right? Look at this. Once these cheap prices were gone, look how long it took to come back. It was just completely, that was it. All right. Now, I'm not saying, hey, we're going to do a 10,000x or anything. I'm not even making any of these predictions. I'm just telling you, once we finally cleared the people who want to sell, never comes back. Now, it's just a matter of how high it goes. But you don't know how high it goes. That's what I'm telling you in this game. You're not entitled to the number of a 100x or a 1000x. You're not entitled to anything. Okay, you are entitled to green candles, but how high they're going to go, that's what you don't know. That's where people often get complacent, because, you know, now you get to see in the Wall Street cheat sheet, oh my God, euphoria, my big 1000x target is coming. You go, okay, why is it stopping now? That's why complacency is, we just need to cool off. We just need to cool off for the next rally. That's what complacency is, okay? But you're not looking around. You're like, oh, maybe this valuation is expensive. No one's thinking about that. That's like heresy. You're a sinner to say that. All right. That's why if Bitcoin is at 80K, okay, and if I say people, you know what, could be hot here, people be like, no, that's literally, that is like banish this man. Banish him out of the community village, because what he's saying is Bitcoin at 80K is not even 2 trillion market cap, whereas they've printed trillions and trillions out there. And, you know, gold is 10 trillion. How dare you say 1.8 trillion is expensive? You see what I mean, friends? But there might be more warning signs that come out there. The good thing is your margin of safety is buying when there are a lot of copers dumping. Okay? The people who are buying on the tippity tops of the green candles, they don't have that margin of safety. We do have margin of friendship, though. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button all. Tell mom and dad. Don't forget that margin of safety. Catch you soon.